Today we're rewatching one of my favorite episodes.
Let's talk about that. Good Mythical morning.
This particular Mythical morning is especially good because we're gonna do something a little bit different. KG, are you okay?
You had a hit. Was that a hiccup or like you're appalled?
Both.
Okay. All right, do you need intervention?
No, I'm good.
Okay, we're doing something a little bit different. You know, we call this our dark week, and that's what we call it around here when we go on a little bit of a break, you know. But the thing is just because we go on a break doesn't mean that you have to go on a break. We have lots of little tricks up our sleeves. I mean,
our sleeves.
That's short sleeves, and these are long sleeves rolled up. But
you deserve a break. You're doing great at everything that you do. You deserve a break, but you don't need a break from us just because you're taking a break from anything else. So
right,
we're giving you a little bit of filler in this week. Today, your favorite episode,
right,
from recent?
One of my favorites.
Okay, one of your favorites. You got lots of favorites.
I don't like to choose,
one of your favorites. Just like with children?
Yeah.
And then on Wednesday, we're going to hook you up with a marathon to hold you over. And then on Friday, one of my favorites is going to be coming your way, all right?
So, one of my favorites of recent-ish GMM history is weirdest foods eaten by presidents. And I love it basically because I like any excuse to say POTUS.
POTUS.
But I also like getting to talk to all those presidents because it turns out, in their own way, they're each pretty funny.
Yeah, totally different, each of them.
Yes,
you know,
distinct.
So please enjoy this episode, originally airing on October 2nd, 2018, and we'll see you on the other side. Hit it, Twinkle Fingies.
Which POTUS ate the grossest?
Let's talk about that. Good Mythical morning.
We come to you this morning with one of the biggest public service announcements of our lifetimes. One word, 4 letters, vote!
Vote.
Yes, the incredibly important U.S. midterm elections are on November 6th. And if you aren't registered to vote yet, then we want to encourage you to make it happen.
Yes, make it happen. Please go to vote.org right now to handle your business and make a difference. Different states have different cutoffs for registration, so don't get left out. It's a great way to be your mythical best.
And speaking of voting, we're about to bring out 8 men who were voted in as President of the United States of America to find out what they love to shove down their gullets. It's time to play I did not have culinary relations with that food. But which president did? I couldn't help but notice this holy wall of POTUS.
Yes, this wall of POTUS has 8 POTI on it, featuring Richard Nixon.
I am not a crook, but I am a foodie.
He speaks. I'm so glad there's a hole so they can speak.
Who else do we have up there?
Martin Van Buren.
Hello, it's me, Martin Van Buren. This is what I talked like.
And George Washington.
Hello, it's me, George Washington. That's right, George Washington.
And then down here we have William H. Harrison. Here, he's thinking about it.
Hi guys, it's me, William Henry Harrison. I died pretty early on in my presidency. Whoa!
Yeah, like a month. You're only a month in office.
Yep, 30
Colonel
days.
Walker Bush.
Oh, hi, Rhett and Link, it's me.
I thought you said not gonna die.
There, all right. I remember
Calvin
what
Coolidge.
I
You can
talked
figure it out
like.
later. I have no clue what he sounded like.
Oh, hi guys, it's me, Calvin. It's Calvin Coolidge. Hi guys, hi.
Hi.
Yeah.
And then down here we have Gerald Ford.
Hi, Rhett and Link, it's me, Gerald Ford.
Yes, I can tell. And finally, the big G-Dub himself, Bush.
Mission accomplished, Rhett and Link. Remember that? Mission accomplished, yeah.
His face is, your mouth is so sideways.
It's just so low. I think
Mission accomplished.
he's got to kind of get a 45-degree angle, which is great.
All right, we're going to be given a dish that has to that we have to match to a president that loved it.
And we will indicate that by feeding it to that particular president. I hope they're all hungry.
And whoever has the most right at the end is named GMM President for a day and will have the privilege of delivering the first ever State of the Mythical Union address. Now let's feed some potai. What is our first dish under the White House cloche?
Ah,
Look at that.
pizza, but a certain kind of pizza.
What is
Guys, this is cheeseburger pizza, which is a margarita pizza covered in the ingredients of a cheeseburger. Which president do you think loved this cheesy cheeseburger pizza?
cheeseburgers.
I mean, this can't be somebody way, way back in the day, right? We're not talking about George Washington.
Yeah. Well, I know that H-Dub hated broccoli, which I think means that he loves pizza. He's
Okay.
like, you know, so I'm actually voting for that.
Yeah, so we have a little cheat sheet about some presidential facts that might help inform some things.
Herbert Walker?
Yeah, that's me. The HW stands for Hog Wild. No.
Okay.
Not gonna chew it. Not gonna chew it. Read my lips. They're covered in food.
All right, you like that, huh? You think I'm right?
Not supposed to give it away.
Okay, you know what? I feel like this is a very Richard Nixon. Oh gosh.
Let me help you with that, right?
Yeah, please do.
There you go.
All right,
Very Richard Nixon-ish.
Nixon.
stick it in, big boy. Come on. I'm gonna need to wash this down with a little Watergate. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
All right, so do we find out our answers? We just have to keep going.
Keep on going.
Let's keep going.
Yes. Here we go.
What is that? Ketchup on cottage cheese?
That's literally all it is. Which president loved this?
Somebody who was sick.
Now, according to my fact sheet here, G. Bush down here choked on a pretzel. Oh, you all right back there?
Yep, Oh, just the classic W absent-mindedness.
Choked on a pretzel.
Taking over something.
He might want to eat this because it's so soft.
But you know what? It says that William Henry Harrison was once described as utterly unpretentious.
That's not very pretentious. It's actually kind of stupid looking.
Yeah, this is I just like cottage cheese.
All right,
with-
go. If that's your answer,
And
go
I'm
going
to feed him with the presidential spoon. Where is he? There he is.
It's me, William Henry Harrison. Did my voice change? I forget.
Whoa,
Ah, yeah.
that is ketchup.
Oh! Yep.
You know what? I think after you choke on a pretzel, you never go back. So
Yeah.
If I eat all my dinner, will my dad be proud of me?
You have to turn that spoon sideways.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Mission accomplished. Mission accomplished. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You gotta. You're just a little right there.
Now that I'm full, I'm gonna do one of those weird paintings I do now.
here we have what appears to be pie.
It just looks like apple pie.
Why don't you give it a little taste?
Oh, it's not apple pie, is it? I can have a fork there, Link.
There you
so I
go.
can partake.
You know what? I just gave you a bite.
Oh,
there
thank
you
you.
go. What is this?
Oh no,
There's meat in the pie.
it's
yeah,
an
I
apple
mean, the
pie with meat in it.
description, it sounds kind of good. It's salted pork apple pie.
That's a
Which
bit
guy
odd.
loved this?
Once I let it sit for a second, I could see how somebody in a different time,
Yeah, this is a long time ago.
would be into this.
Somebody's getting. Now Van Buren has always been a favorite of mine because of his sideburns.
Yep. That's me, Martin Van Buren. I look like that guy you see taking a little bath in the sink at the public library.
That's right. And he demanded he be served with gold spoons in the White House. So I'm gonna. Do I have a gold spoon? Yes.
You do.
Okay, Martin. I'm gonna serve you.
I also ate all my meals in a golden corral.
Oh, you look ready for it.
Oh, yeah. I'm starving.
Wait, just open real right.
Oh, okay. Whoa. All right. I love a meaty dessert.
All right, Rhett, what do you think?
I think that this is. When I think salted pork, I just think that this is a good old. Like the first president, like going all the way back to what's more
you talking
American than apple pie?
Talking about Coolidge?
Oh, yeah, right. That's me, George Washington. Little known fact, I sounded like someone doing a bad JFK impression.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's the first time you've had that today.
Oh,
isn't it?
yeah. Yeah. Martin Van Buren called me and said it was really gross, and he was right.
All right.
Ooh, so we got simple strawberry waffle with some whipped cream on it.
There's a little not whipped cream.
Okay. All right. Then I guess I gotta find out.
What is it? Is that mayonnaise?
Yogurt.
Oh, good.
Nope. Sour cream.
Sour
cream?
Sour cream, as we call it.
I always knew there had to be something a little bit wrong with you to make it all the way to the presidency.
Well, listen to this. Calvin Coolidge reportedly enjoyed having petroleum jelly slathered on his head while he ate breakfast in bed. He thought it was good for his health. Calvin, I think this is you, buddy.
That's right, guys. I'll give it the old Coolidge try.
So you put petroleum jelly on your head when eating breakfast?
Yeah. Oh, little known secret, that was kind of a sex thing for me. Oh, boy.
Okay, and there.
Yeah, all right.
Okay, now, not just because I want to hear more from Calvin Coolidge,
Oh, really?
but also I think you're right about that. So,
Coming back for more, huh?
Calvin, tell us a little bit more about that breakfast in bed.
Oh, yeah, I just made up some junk about it being healthy, and then I had to have a series of Secret Service men slather me with jelly. Oh,
And then what did you do with that lathered up head?
you'll have to buy my book to find out.
What we got?
Here we go. Some sort of goulash. What is this?
Can I have a spoon there? It's like a corn soup. And it looks like we also have.
It's vegetable soup with huge freaking croutons in it. Look at that crouton.
No, I think you need to take a deeper bite.
Well, it's a little chewy, but what is it?
Deeper? Oh, yeah, there's a meat. What's that meat?
I got the meat.
Playing a little mini game of what's that meat?
Chicken? I don't know, skunk. What is
Alligator.
it?
Alligator.
This is squirrel stew.
Oh, you hungry, President?
Squirrel stew, and then
Squirrel?
No.
Squirrel stew. Okay, so this is the
And
old
that's-
timer.
That's a hard cider.
a hard cider and some squirrel stew. This is Davy Crockett was not a president.
I
was
would
he?
say that squirrel
it's good.
delightful.
Yeah. I'm definitely not complaining about it.
Yeah.
But who would eat it?
Now Gerald Ford, he was a model for Look magazine.
But he doesn't look like a squirrel stew man. I mean, I don't mean that as an insult, Mr. Ford.
No, I think he does.
Who would eat squirrel stew?
Open wide, Ford. Get yourself some squirrel stew.
Ma, there's lust in my heart for that stew. Did I say that? Anyway.
All right, I got a good bite for you that's full of squirrel.
Is that your guess? Are you guessing the Ford man?
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah.
There it is. That's my guess.
Can I guess somebody I've already guessed?
Nope, you can switch later.
Okay, well, I actually feel pretty good about Martin Van Buren, just given. That looks like a man who would eat some squirrel stew, does it not?
That's true, but I prefer to eat them raw. I catch them in the park with my bare hands. I love to feel skulls crack. Oh, yeah.
All right, so there's your some.
Yeah.
Take a little.
Wash it down.
That's squirrel pee.
All right. I'm pre-gaming for later.
Okay, Stevie, let us know how many we have right and give us an opportunity to switcheroo.
Okay. Link, you have 0.
Okay, all
All
right.
right.
But Rhett, you have also 0 correct.
This is a tough game.
Oh, man.
All right, so this ketchup and cottage cheese, I actually feel like that's his dad. I feel like I was in the right place. So, like, I'm saying that that's his dad. And then the cheeseburger,
I think
Cheeseburger
Mr.
pizza.
Washington.
I think, is Nixon. And then, let's see, for The pancake, sour cream
salt pork
pancake.
pie is this guy.
I think that's Ford. And then I think that the squirrel is Coolidge.
I think Coolidge did the weird cottage cheese, and I think that
Herbert Walker?
no.
Oh, yeah.
I had it up there, so you're going to be
Yeah,
wrong if you stick with
I'm
that.
going to be wrong, so I got to go.
Did you say that Bush was? No, Bush is cheeseburger pizza.
Switch is complete.
All right, here are what the presidents actually liked.
Okay.
President Richard Nixon's favorite food was cottage cheese with ketchup.
Okay.
President Martin Van Buren's favorite food was not here today. President George Washington's favorite food was also not here today. President William Henry Harrison's favorite food was squirrel stew and hard cider.
Didn't get that one.
Nope.
President H.W. Bush's favorite food is not here today. President Calvin Coolidge's favorite food was pork apple pie. President
suck, man.
Gerald Ford's favorite food was waffles with strawberries and sour
yes!
cream. And President W. Bush's favorite food is cheeseburger pizza.
Every time. We get
There
to
it
be
is.
dual presidents giving a mythical address.
Yes. Make sure you go over to our Instagram at Rhett and Link to see us deliver the first ever mythical State of the Union address.
And thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing.
Now you guys say
You know what time it is?
quite educational.
Wow.
You know, going back, I'm reminded of two things that I forgot. I definitely forgot I like squirrel meat. I haven't had squirrel since.
I know, we
Maybe
got to
need
get more
change it up.
squirrel stew.
And I completely forgot about H.W. and George H.W. Bush being hog wild. History. I'm a big history buff.
Yeah, and so is Jordan, apparently.
Yes.
All right, come back on Wednesday for a brand new marathon. It's going to be a good one.
Thanks for subscribing and clicking that bell.
See you on Wednesday.
Subscribe to the sports newsletter for the latest and greatest in food rankings and new product reviews delivered to your inbox every other week. Sports.com.